What's up, pedal heads out there? So there's like this big commotion going on right now about MTV, right? Everybody talking about MTV. Oh, I saw a post on social media saying the day music television died and all this bullshit around it. Like, who cares? I mean, honestly, does anybody really give a shit that MTV is going away? I mean, they probably have had the lowest ratings in a very long time. And to call it music television and say that music television died, that died a long time ago. So recently I saw an interview and somebody asked Ricky Rackman, okay, who was one of my favorite VJs of all time. Obviously, Headbangers Ball, whatever. We all know the story. And he made a good point. He sat there and said, I mean, to say music television died like now in 2025, that's ridiculous. He brought up an amazing point. Music television died the day YouTube was born. Okay? So what is that, like 2005? Somewhere around there? I mean, I could be wrong on the exact date, but to me it certainly felt that way. You know what I mean? Like, when was the last time MTV really paid attention and really elevated a genre of music to all-time new heights? I mean, the last one they did that to was nu metal, right? You know, having Korn on TRL, having Limp Bizkit on TRL, and countless other bands, much like they did with the hair metal scene in the 1980s by having, Motley Crue and Rat and Def Leppard and all those bands be music video darlings. And very much the same way with New Wave. They did that with Duran Duran. They did that with just about anybody, right? But once again, Rackman brings up the great point that the reason MTV got away from music videos is because, listen, I can go right on this thing right here, this cell phone right here, and be like, I want to watch, I don't know, let me watch Slipknot's new music video. And it pulls it up just like that. Let me watch Korn's music video. Pulls it up just like that. So why would I need MTV? And then let's be honest. Does Rob Dyrdek have information on somebody at MTV? I mean, the channel should change its name to Ridiculousness TV. Because every time I put on the channel guide, which is a very rare occasion most of the time, because who the fuck needs, cable television anymore? But every time I put it on and I'm looking through the guide and I scroll by MTV, like because I'm going by it. I'm not trying to find out what's on MTV. It just so happens to be in between things that I like to watch, right? So then every time I go, I'm like, oh, Ridiculousness is on. But it looks like it's on for a couple hours. Oh, no. It's on for 5 hours. No, wait a minute. It's on for 8, 10, 12, 14 hours out of a day. Probably even more. I think it's 24 hours in a fucking day. I mean, that's unless they're showing you reruns of Catfished and fucking, Teen Pregnancy 5000 and whatever else, and My Life as a 17 and Pregnant and fucking who knows, right? So to really sit there and be all disappointed because MTV is going away, like, honestly, who cares? Obviously, Paramount and whoever was in that deal obviously didn't care either. MTV was the small man on the totem pole. Okay? And unfortunately, when you want to make cuts and you want to save money, got to cut the small man on the totem pole, and that's MTV. Or as I like to call it, Ridiculousness TV, reality TV. You know what I mean? The only thing that got kind of cool for a little while was I noticed that besides having MTV, I had a channel called MTV Live. And MTV Live was kind of cool because they were showing music videos, right? and they would have various things playing, and I think there was even a metal hour or whatever the heck they did, and like it was like a 2 half-hour sets of metal compared to the rest of what was going on that channel, and they showed videos, and that was cool. Not enough to get me to want to give a shit anyways, but I've always said there was a time when we could be sad. Like if MTV ended and they canceled that channel back in 2003 or 2004, then I would have completely understood being in such an uproar. Like, why are they canceling MTV? Like, Korn and all these bands have been made on that channel. There's a whole new generation coming in, this and this and that. But they made a conscious decision, and it was probably for the best. They had to adapt all that shit, blah, 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 blah. But, it is what it is. To be so upset over it is just ridiculous. Like that show, Ridiculousness. It's ridiculousness. You know what I mean? They haven't been who they've been in a long time, and why should we care anyways? Something else will just come in. I mean, if you're looking for like behind the musics and all that shit, there's plenty of other docs that are coming out. Night Flight is a great subscription-based thing that you can go to. And people are always making documentaries about bands and things of that nature. So there's plenty of stuff out there. And then, I mean, dude, just go on YouTube. I mean, plenty of people can access YouTube from a television. So what are you even worried about? You want to watch a music video? Go fucking watch it. What do you need? This is what, another thing too. So, big reason of why I'm here. Big reason of why I changed this from Pedal to the Metal, radio, the podcast, to Pedal TV, being the name of the YouTube channel. My whole life, I've always done things as a big fuck you to MTV. Whether they've noticed it or not it is what it is, right? But when I did the Monster Hour way back in the day, which was a music video show for my local access that I used to publish online as well, it was a big fuck you to MTV of not having Headbangers Ball anymore, right? That was that big mission there. And then now Pedal TV and everything with my logo is a big fuck you to MTV and to Viacom and to whoever, right? Whoever the corporate conglomerates are that made that decision. But again, from a business standpoint, I can't be mad that they decided to do that. But to be upset, dude, get over it. There'll be something else eventually in the future. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I wanted to report about MTV because I just thought it was dumb. I mean, I was reading an article and somebody was going through everything, right? But they were going through the heyday of MTV. They didn't mention anything from 2005 to 2025 of what MTV did. It was all like, oh, the very first music video, video killed the radio star, and it's like, okay, you're talking about a time when MTV actually was MTV. But tell me, why do you miss MTV today? About the last 20 years, what do you miss about MTV in that 20-year period from 05 to 25? If you can tell me legitimately what you miss in a whole entire article instead of all the garbage you spewed, right, about the previous time period of MTV, then I'll listen to you and I'll hear you out. Tell me why you miss, 16 and pregnant, or 16 and have 7 kids now, or, catfished and all that stuff. Tell me why you miss those and why you miss Jersey Shore and Alabama Shore and, Virginia Beach Shore and all those shows. Tell me why you miss those, and I'll listen to you. Because you can find just those shows just about anywhere else. There's a shit ton of reality television. Go look it up. There's even a garbage show called Love Island. You can watch it. It's just as bad as any of those other ones I've mentioned. So, there you go. Fuck MTV and everything it stood for. R.I.P. See you later, MTV.